Well, here we are, step closer. Things are moving now.
Jeff is standing on Stonehill's roundabout. It is situated at the junction of Tewkesbury's Relief Road, the A38 trunk road, and is to the south of the town. This morning, preparations are being made for the arrival of our 2 sculptures, due here towards the end of April. In the centre of the roundabout, you see a coppice containing several species of shrub and 3 young oak trees. On one side are these wooden pegs which are marking where Victory, our Yorkist horse, will be positioned. Because the bushes have grown very tall, they will make it difficult for people driving around one side of the roundabout to see our horse and his knight.
It looks a bit bedraggled, a bit untidy at the moment, and I didn't realise how bad it was till we got out and done that little bit last year, really. But apart from that, he'll open it up a bit so when the statues go in.
Yes, yeah.
I know what's going to happen. We have people driving around here, and they're going to say, "Oh, look at that!" And then all of a sudden.
John Vine explains how his grounds maintenance crew will help to give everyone a safer view.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take it down, chip all the wood chip back into the coppice and mulch it down, and expose the oak trees and do some minor pruning to those.
Just need to remind you, we did this 12 months ago.
Yes, yeah.
We thought the horses might be up by now.
Yeah.
But, it's not happened, but we are very close to it now. You're keeping the oaks.
Yeah, the oaks, there's 3 oak trees in here. We're keeping those, and they'll benefit from having all like the hawthorn and the blackthorn and the hazel coppice. At the present moment, they're being choked up by all the competition here. So by doing that, they'll benefit from that, and also it'll thicken out the bottom of the coppice as well, because a lot of this is being drawn up because it's so tightly planted. Far too many in here competing for too little space. So by doing this, it should benefit from it, and it'll make it more pleasing to the eye as well. And apart from that, it'll open up the roundabout so that the statues can be seen from every angle when you approach.
So it's coming down about waist.
Yeah, but waist height, and then we'll let it go on up and keep it down to about chest height, and that'll be an annual, well, a yearly maintenance schedule. Go on to our schedules when we do the estates around here.
So that gives a good view for everybody coming up this way and coming back this way.
Yeah, coming in from Tewkesbury, up from the Gubsill, from the bypass, and of course with the one statue at the far side of this coppice, it'll be hidden by it. So by doing that, we'll open it all up, and then people will be able to see what's going on. Hopefully avoid some minor traffic accidents.
Concrete bases are going down next month, followed by the horses being put into place in April, just after Easter, in readiness for the dedication on May the 4th, which is the actual anniversary of the battle, 1471. And then we have the dedication of the horses on that morning down at Gubsill Manor there. So not to have hundreds of people on this roundabout or thereabouts, because it'd be quite dangerous. So we're all going down there for the speeches. It's very close. We're very close to it. After 1997-8 starting, 15, 16 years later, here we are, cutting the trees down, putting the bases in, erecting the horses, and I hope it's going to be quite a nice gateway into Tewkesbury. What will happen then when all this is done, the horses are up?
Yeah.
Are you still going to maintain?
We'll still mow all of this out like we do on a fortnightly basis, and then when all this starts to reshoot, then what we'll do is we'll just go along with a hedge cutting and just keep it down to a regimented height. Because we do all along the front of Stonehills, all the way down wheat pieces, so the crew's going to be out here during the winter months, and they'll do it at the same time. Because what we used to do with the tractor, we used to come round here and just side it back a bit so it made it easier for us to mow and keep it back from the bulbs and that. But what we'll do now is I'll just get a couple of guys in there for an hour or so, and they'll just basically keep it checked back. Not take it hard back is what we're doing, but make it thicken out a bit and make it more pleasing to the eye. Because at the moment it's just drawn up, it's gone, and it does look a bit unsightly coming into town.
The timber wolf machine has no difficulty turning the wood into chippings, which are very useful. But John is not collecting them into a trailer as he did before.
Yeah, on this occasion, I know before we'd chipped it up into the back of the truck and took it off to the green waste recycling station at Stoke Orchard. But being the ground is a wee bit wet and we might have trouble getting off, it may cut the ground up a bit. We're just chipping it back into the coppice, rake it all out, level it all out, and then we'll turn it into a mulch. And we'll keep all the weed growth down now that we've opened the canopy up a wee bit. So basically we're just putting it back in without taking from it. It should mulch the ground down and suppress some of the weed growth.
What are you going to do here?
Yeah, the thing is the willow, we reduced that in height last year. Being it's a bit vigorous and it's starting to swamp the area, but what we'll do is we'll take it off at ground level and we'll do a root treatment on that, and then the rest, the hawthorn and the dogwood will be able to move into that. But the willow's a bit of a road and I think it'll cause problems with the statues in years to come.
So this growth is
that's 12 months growth on there, so you're talking around about 12-14 feet. So you give that another year on top of that, it's just going to take over a wee bit.
Years ago we planted these in my mayoral year with the Rotary Club and Boy Scouts. We put them in and we're not going to touch these at all.
They weren't good at all last year, but this year they've come back.
They have, haven't they?
Brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah. So it's coming down about west.
Yeah, about waist height, and then we'll let it go on up and keep it down to about chest height, and that'll be an annual or yearly maintenance.
So that gives a good view for everybody coming up this way and coming back this way.
Coming in from Tewkesbury, from the Gubbs Hill.
Let's see the back end.
So by doing that, we'll open it all up, and then people will be able to see what's going on. Hopefully avoid some minor traffic accidents.
For everyone involved in the Battlefield Society, our 17 years of planning and determined work is now coming to fruition. Some of us can hardly believe it. We have talked, argued, planned and raised funds to create a long-lasting memorial to those who lost their lives in our town. And in a few weeks, it will be here, on this roundabout. We shall be filming the many events taking place between now and the dedication ceremony on the 4th of May, so please look again regularly to keep up to date.